Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Uh, Good afternoon. So you sent a couple of questions, no? Seventh and eighth.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Seventh one is there is a circle. One second. Question seven. There is a circle. Current is going like this, and current is coming 5 ampere from here, splitting and then coming out here. And this is the center. Magnetic field at point O due to given current distribution, and the diameter of the loop is 10 centimeter. So this length is 10 centimeter. So what is happening is clearly this is symmetric, so current will split half, right?
Yeah.
2.5 ampere, 2.5 ampere is the current flowing in this one and this one. And this is, so there are four components, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right?
Yeah.
You have to find magnetic field due to each of the components at O and add up all of them.
Hmm.
So when there is a straight wire like this, we have done the case, right?
Sin alpha plus sin.
And one of the angles is 0 here, right?
Yeah.
The angles are supposed to be like this. This is 90 and this is 0.
Hmm.
So it is going to be mu naught I by 4 pi. This distance is 5,
Yeah.
5 centimeter. Sin alpha plus sin beta is 1 only.
One. Yeah.
And you have to notice the directions. If it is dl cross r, dl cross r, so dl is in the minus I, r is in the minus j, so
Yeah.
minus I cross minus j will be plus k.
Yeah.
So it is outside the plane. By your right hand thumb rule also you can say. Similarly here this one will be I cross j, which is also plus k, so they get added, right?
Hmm.
It gets added, right? This also
Yeah.
will contribute the same amount because this is symmetric.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
2 times, and this I is 5 ampere. So it is 10 mu naught by 4 pi into 5 centimeter first,
Hmm.
due to the 1 plus 2, 1 plus 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you have to just add this one and this one.
Hmm.
Both of them seem to be no, they cancel each other,
Yeah.
right? If you
Yeah.
notice like this, it gets inside one, 3 goes inside and 2 comes outside.
Okay. Yeah.
So they cancel each other. So this should be the answer. So you just calculate it out now. So mu naught is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. So 10 into 10 power minus 7 by 5 into 10 power minus 2. So that is the going to be the answer. 10 power minus 6. So 10 power minus 4 and 5. So 0.2. So 2 into 10 power minus 3. 5. 2 into 10 power minus 5 is the answer. And it is coming out because this was plus k, right? Both of them.
Yeah.
So coming out means dot will be there. The sign for plus k when it comes out of the plane is a dot, otherwise it would have been a cross,
Okay.
right? So basically what we are using in this question is Biot-Savart law in addition to the principle of superposition, where at any particular point magnetic field or electric field is the sum of the components of the magnetic field due to whatever sources are there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is a vector sum, you have to be careful about the directions.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 8. Figure shows circular loop with radius r. Okay, so again there is a current like this, and then there is a circle, and current is again being split. It looks very similar, so slight difference that it is not parallel now. It is going like this, right? Now obviously field is zero, no, wait, 1 second, maybe I am rushing too much. So let's do the calculation. let's say I is coming like this, and this is B path, and this is D path, right?
Yeah.
Now, oh, okay. If they were symmetrical, you understand? If the resistance in these two paths was same, no?
Hmm.
Then it would have been I by 2, I by 2.
Yeah.
Then answer would have been 0 magnetic field.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because B and D would have cancelled each other exactly, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this doesn't contribute. Why? Because DL is in this direction and R is also in this direction.
Yeah.
So DL cross R will be 0, right?
Yeah.
Due to this section. And
Yeah.
this section is also, they will have 180-degree angle.
Hmm.
So these two elements don't contribute anyway. You have to add up this, and this goes into the plane of the paper, and this comes out of the plane of the paper, right? The magnetic field at the center due to these, right? It would have been 0 if they were split equally, but in this question they have changed that a little bit, and they have said that resistance of ABC is equal to 5 ohm and resistance of this one is equal to 10 ohm, right?
Yeah.
So twice the current will flow here, 2I dash, and half the current will flow here, right?
Hmm.
So if current splits in 3 parts, 2 parts go here, so 2 by 3I goes here and 1 by 3I comes here, right?
Yeah.
Because more resistance here.
Yeah.
So after that, now it is a simple calculation. You have to subtract them. They are oppositely oriented, right? So 2 by 3I is contributing to a magnetic field which is going into the plane of the paper. And how much field is there? Mu naught I by 2R would have been full circle. So this is 4R, right?
Hmm.
To the semicircle.
Yeah.
So, and the I is equal to mu naught 2 by 3I by 4R. This is into the plane, inside the plane of the figure, right? This is due to the top part.
How is the top part going inside?
Like curl your fingers like this, right? Your thumb is going inside, no?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Get used to this because this is going to be super handy. Like
Uh,
whenever there is a circular field, if field is like this, inside your thumb, if you curl your fingers along the current, field is going inside, no? Thumb is going inside.
yeah.
If it was like this, then thumb comes out,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So that is the direction of the field. That is right hand rule. Always it's a right hand rule.
Okay.
If you are confused still and if you have doubts, then you can say that let's take one current element here, DL. DL is in the I cap, right?
Yeah.
And R is in the minus J cap, right? DL cross R would be minus J cap, right?
Yeah.
So DL cross R, correct. So yeah, correct. So it becomes C minus K, which is going inside, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And for a lowered element, it will be I cap cross plus J cap, which will be
Yeah.
plus K,
Okay.
right? See, R will be like this, DL will be like this, right?
Yeah.
So for the lower semicircle, it will be mu naught into I by 3 by 4R, and this will be in this direction. So the cancellation will happen in favor of this, and you will end up with mu naught I by 3 and 4R. So 12R in the inside direction, right? Mu naught I by 12R in the inside the plane. So minus K direction.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And anyway, those two sections were not contributing because DL and R were in the same directions, right? DL and R vector,
Yeah.
if they
Yeah.
have 0-degree angle or 180-degree angle, then nothing happens, no field.
How did you calculate how the current in each wire?
Current in each wire I calculated by noticing that resistance was different, no?
Hmm.
Resistance was 5 here and 10 here, right?
Yeah.
Then I said if current comes, it sees two paths, right?
Yeah.
Two paths it sees, these are parallel, right?
Yeah.
So more resistance whichever path has, less current will go there, right?
Yeah.
So this current here should be double of whatever is current here, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So
Yeah.
total current is total number of current, total current is 3 I dash, right? That should be equal to current that is coming in.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I dash is equal to I by 3. So this is I by 3 and this is 2I by 3.
Yeah.
It is just simple, like if it was suppose resistors and R and 2R, and what is the potential difference across this, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
potential drop across each resistor is proportional to the resistance value. So potential drop here would be V and potential drop here would be 2V.
2V. Okay. Yeah.
If the total potential was some 12 volts, 4 volts would be lost here and 8 volts would be lost here.
Yeah.
In the same way, currents will split in the path of least resistance they will like to go. They will not like to go here. They will like to
Yeah.
go more here.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Then what else is next?
Can you explain
Uh,
the dipole moment?
Dipole moment of the magnetic field.
Yeah.
So basically, dipole moment is an idea that uh, suppose this is the loop, right? This is a loop. Now this loop has current I flowing through it, right? And
Mm.
let's say area is A, right?
Yeah.
So we can, what we do sometimes in Gauss's law also, we have done that area vector we have assigned, no? Area
Yeah.
vector to any we have assigned which is perpendicular to the plane, right?
Yeah.
So here we can assign an area vector. Area vector can be assigned as say coming out here, right?
Okay.
So this is the area vector. This area vector has magnitude of say pi r square and direction of this j cap, right?
Yeah.
Area vector will be this much, right? Now, suppose you formed a new quantity called mu, which was equal to I into area vector, right?
Mm.
So that is equal to I into pi r square j cap, right?
Okay.
This is a new quantity. Now, this quantity I into area vector is called the magnetic moment of the loop. Magnetic moment of the loop. So you should remember magnetic moment is I into A, right? A is an area vector.
Yeah.
If there are multiple loops, it will be N into I into A, right?
Okay.
If
Okay.
there are 10 turns, it will be magnetic moment will be 10 times because each loop
Yeah.
contributes.
Yeah.
Now this is the definition, but the reason it has been used, the reason it is defined is because uh, we just want to make our formulas look nice, make our formulas similar to the electric dipole formulas.
Mm.
Okay, so it is just a tool sort of that helps us remember how dipoles behave. Like we know how electric dipoles behave, so now we also know how this current loop behaves. So current loop acts like a magnetic dipole, acts like a magnetic dipole in the same way like an electric dipole acts. So
Okay.
when we were doing electricity, we learned that electric dipoles, which is a system with minus q plus q separated by some distance d, they used to act in a certain way. They used to create a field at this point and a potential at this point, right?
Yeah.
And we knew an expression for the field also. Field had two components, er in the er direction plus e theta in the e theta direction, and the r theta was decided like this. This was the er direction, this is the er direction, e theta is this direction perpendicular to it, right?
Yeah.
And this was angle theta, and this distance total was called r, right?
Mm.
And now we remembered formulas for this here. Like I don't remember it very well, but if I recall correctly, it is 2kp by r cube er plus kp by r cube e theta, something like this,
Yeah.
where p is the dipole moment, which is p is equal to q into d,
Yeah.
right? Something like this it is, the formula. 2kp cos theta and sin theta is there, something like that. Yeah.
Mm.
2kp cos theta 1 plus 3 2kp cos theta by r cube er and plus kp sin theta by r cube e theta. If this was, I think, the correct formula for electric field, where p is equal to qd, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So
Yeah.
so if suppose you had a point on the axis, right? So let's say theta was tending to 0, right? Point on the axis at a distance r, at a distance r. Okay.
Yeah.
So then what would your field be? Field would be entirely, this term will disappear because sine theta is 0, right? So field
Yeah.
would be 2kp by r cube in the ER direction. And in this case, the ER direction would have been like this, minus q, and this point is on the axis. So this is the axial field, right? At this distance r, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the direction of your ER vector. So field is in this direction, ER, right?
Okay.
This was the case for a electric dipole, right?
Yeah.
So just remember this for once. So electric dipole at an axial point at a distance r is this. The field
Okay.
that it creates is this, right?
Yeah.
Now, the reason we have defined a magnetic dipole is because yesterday we derived the field at an axial point of a current loop, right?
Yeah.
We said this distance was x, suppose, and this radius was capital R, suppose, and current I and area was A and so on, right?
Hmm.
Area is A is equal to pi R square, basically.
Okay.
At this axial point, we had defined field was, there were two components like this and like this, but it ended up being a B in this direction, right?
Hmm.
And B came out to be mu naught I R square, no? R square by, R square by 2 R square plus x square to the power 3 by 2, right?
Yeah.
This was the field in this direction, correct?
Yeah.
Now, here, if you notice, I can make this formula very similar to my formula for the electric dipole. How? By doing this, mu naught I into pi r square by 2 pi r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2, right?
Yeah.
And if x is greater than r, right?
Hmm.
It is a far off axial point.
Yeah.
It's a far off axial point. Then this term will have just x cube, right?
Yeah.
So B at far off axial point, far off axial point will be equal to mu naught I into pi r square by 2 pi x cube, right?
Yeah.
Now notice that I into pi r square just now we have defined as the magnetic dipole moment, right?
Hmm.
M is defined as I into pi r square, right? For this particular loop, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So mu naught into M by 2 pi into x cube, right?
Yeah.
Now, the earlier dipole moment formula was k, what was it just now what we got? 2kp by r cube, right?
Yeah.
Right. And k was 1 by 4 pi e naught, right?
Yeah.
2 into 4 pi e naught r cube p, right?
Yeah.
So p by 2 pi e naught r cube, right?
Yeah.
And r was the same role as x here, no? This can be called x. X is r, right?
Yeah.
So see this is, p is the electric dipole moment, m is the magnetic dipole moment. Instead of just mu naught by 2 pi, you have uh, 1 by 2 pi e naught, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
And everything is same, it's the same formula only,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
just because the formula looks similar, we are deciding to introduce this concept, because then we can remember both. We can remember that a current loop also behaves like a dipole if the point is far off on the axis, right?
Yeah.
And you can calculate the magnetic field by this formula.
Okay.
So this formula is not correct if your x is less than r, by the way, right?
Hmm.
Then it becomes close to mu naught I by 2r, right?
Yeah.
Which is close to the field at the center point, right?
Yeah.
But in the far off case, it is this.
Okay.
So basically, magnetic moment is used in only in this sense, and m, you should remember that m is equal to I into a. If there are n turns, it is nia, and it is just a convenient tool for us to help think of what is the field due to a current loop at a certain point, right?
Okay.
And later, basically the meaning is that, see, electric charges can exist in two forms, no, minus q and q, right?
Yeah.
And magnetic charges, like this, can be thought of as a magnetic dipole. You can, some earlier in say 30-40 years ago, when people used to study this, they used to write it as plus m and minus m. They used to assign something called a magnetic charge also, okay, to make it exactly similar to the electric dipole case.
Okay.
But that is not something that we do. There are no real magnetic charges, so you don't have to bother about that so much. Just know that the definition of magnetic moment is similar to the definition of electric dipole moment, which was also a tool of convenience, no?
Yeah.
Electric dipole moment was just there to simplify this formula nicely, no? Otherwise you would have to write k and q into d everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Just like that, you have defined another magnetic dipole moment.
Okay.
So you just need to remember this and see how we have brought in that m here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What else?
Uh, can you explain the torque part in the magnetic field? The torque on the magnetic dipole part.
Torque on a magnetic dipole.
Yeah.
Oh, torque on a magnetic dipole. Torque is equal to m cross b. Magnetic dipole. If there is an existing, see, that is not very easy to explain, but yeah. So suppose there is like this, right? So what is a magnetic dipole? Again, you have to remember that. Okay. So a magnetic dipole is basically a current loop, right? Just
Yeah.
now we have seen that this kind of loop, magnetic, this was called a magnetic dipole, with dipole was I into A, right?
Yeah.
So magnetic, if this is the loop, right? Suppose current I is flowing, its area vector will be in some direction, maybe coming out of the plane, right?
Yeah.
So its magnetic dipole will be in that direction, I into that area vector, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody is asking you what is the torque on a magnetic dipole, what they mean is what is the torque on that current loop, whose magnetic dipole moment is that, right?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So then basically what you have to think of is, if I have a situation like this where I have a current loop, right?
Hmm.
And I have some ambient magnetic field in this region, right?
Yeah.
Some ambient magnetic field in this region. And then what is the torque on this loop, right? If this carries a current I, it has area A, right? What is the torque on this, right?
Okay.
Now, obviously, if it is a current loop, and if field is uniform, if B is uniform, right? Then zero torque.
Yeah.
The reason zero torque happens here is because forces are canceling each other perfectly, right?
Hmm.
These two forces are anyway zero. These forces are canceling,
Yeah.
right? Also, there is no line about which the forces act along the same lines, no? If you think of this loop as in the plane of the computer screen, right?
Yeah.
In the plane of the computer screen, think of the screen right now, and the loop is in the same plane, right? Then this force is in the same line as this force, no?
Yeah.
This force is in the same line as this force, so there is no tendency to turn the loop here, right?
Yeah.
However, if it is difficult to draw that figure, but I am hoping you will understand. So this portion, the top portion, is slightly depressed, okay,
Okay.
and this portion is coming out by theta angle. You understand? The
Yeah.
lower half is coming out of the screen towards you,
Yeah.
and this is slightly into the screen. This is into the screen, okay. Basically, what have you done? You have created an angle by which the plane of the loop is going into and coming out of the computer screen, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then what happens is, if even if force magnetic field is uniform throughout, right?
Yeah.
Magnetic field might be constant throughout the space, but the forces are no longer in the same line, no?
Hmm.
Force on this loop is somewhat outside, right? And force on that side is somewhat inside the plane, right?
Yeah.
So even if force is balanced, there is still torque, right?
Yeah.
Because that force will try to pull it down a little and this force will try to pull it up and it will rotate it, right?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So this is the same thing that happens in when you put a dipole in a uniform electric field. Remember, if you
Yeah.
put a dipole like this, Q minus Q and Q, and in a uniform electric field, right?
Hmm.
Uniform electric field. Now, if the dipole was like this, right?
Yeah.
Actually, then also it will try to turn because this force is like this force is like this, right?
Yeah.
So clearly the forces are not along the same line, no?
Hmm.
But if the dipole was like this, then no torque, no?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Because forces are cancelling out, no?
Yeah.
They are along the same line, right? Here line of action of the forces are different, no?
Yeah.
Here also line of action is different.
Yeah.
And clearly we did that calculation earlier, and torque due to this would be P cross E, where P is the dipole moment vector and E is the electric field vector,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So because you understand how it comes, no? Because force is QE on top, so QE into this d by 2, and turning effect of this is QE into d by 2 sine theta,
Yeah.
QE d by 2 sine theta, and this also turns torque here is also QE into d by 2 sine theta, and those two torques are additive in nature, they are in the same direction.
Okay.
This is turning like this is turning like this, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it adds up to become QED sine theta,
Yeah.
total torque, and Q into D is called dipole moment, so it is PE sine theta, and which is P cross E.
Okay.
You understand this part?
Yeah.
Okay. So similarly, now what I will do is do it for that loop, magnetic field, right?
Hmm.
So like this is my thing, and let's say this dimension is called B and this dimension is called A, right? Area of the loop is AB, right?
Hmm.
And so this length is basically B by 2 and this angle is theta. So this perpendicular distance, right?
Yeah.
Perpendicular distance will be B by 2 sine theta.
Yeah.
And similarly, this perpendicular distance will also be B by 2 sine theta, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And every point of this loop faces a force, say ILB, right? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And L is A.
Hmm.
Length of this whole thing is A, right?
Yeah.
IAB is the total force, and every element has this force is acting in a different line from the line through the center, right?
Yeah.
And the distance, perpendicular distance, is B by 2 sine theta. So torque will be R cross F, which is IAB into B by 2 sine theta, right?
Yeah.
The IAB is the force into distance between, perpendicular distance between the line of action, right?
Yeah.
So that is B by 2 sine theta. So
Hmm.
this is one torque which pulls it down, and the opposite force is this side, which pushes it up, right?
Yeah.
And they are turning it in the same sense, right? So
Yeah.
total torque becomes double of that, which becomes IAB B sine theta, right?
Yeah.
And now this is A, right? Area is AB,
Yeah.
IAB sine theta. And now IA is my magnetic moment, so MB sine theta.
Yeah.
And so now you can write torque as M cross B,
Oh.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Which is the same formula that came for dipole moment. It was P cross E, right?
Yeah.
And now torque for magnetic loop is M cross B.
Okay.
So what we are doing when we are saying torque on a dipole, we are actually meaning a current loop. Okay.
Hmm.
There is no other meaning of dipole other than a current loop. Some current loop is there whose M is equal to I into A. This
Yeah.
thing is equal to whatever they are calling dipole moment, magnetic dipole moment, right?
Yeah.
It could be any type of loop. It could be arbitrary shaped loop, right?
Hmm.
It has some area. The area vector could be in some direction, right? The magnetic moment would be I into that direction. Now, if this is the magnetic moment and the direction of the B field is like this, then the angle between them is theta. So torque will be M cross B or MB sine theta.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So in our case, if the angle was theta like this, right, then torque was MB sine theta. If the magnetic field was supposed into the plane of the paper, right? It was going inside, right?
Yeah.
Then uh, area vector, if you know, think about it, area vector will be like this, no? Because
Yeah.
if the whole sheet was completely in the plane of the screen, then it would be coming straight out, right? Area vector.
Yeah.
But now it is twisted a little, so area vector has also shifted a little like this, right?
Yeah.
And magnetic field vector is going straight inside. So actually the angle is this angle, which is going to be the same theta only,
Okay.
right? So you have to be a little careful, but in your questions in the exam and all, it will be clear what that angle is. The angle, think of the angle here as the angle between the area vector and the magnetic field.
Okay.
Area vector of the loop, which is the direction of the magnetic moment, which is the direction of the magnetic moment. This area vector and the magnetic field, B field. Okay, so
Yeah.
that is the total. That will be the total torque.
Okay.
The reason now it is even more clear why we have defined M, right? Because see, the formulas are coming same as the electric dipole formulas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a second. I'll just quickly send you like one more doubt I have.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Which one is it? Which question?
In the beginner's box 7 thing, how am I supposed to do like the questions in the first?
Those we have not yet discussed. The bar
Okay.
magnet stuff. Okay. So bar magnet stuff they have not taught in school, Alan.
No, not clearly.
Okay, so this we cannot do right now because this is not chapter 34 and 35. This is actually the chapter on permanent magnets. This is chapter 36, 37, something. Okay.
Mm.
So this you will have to ignore for now. If one or two questions come, you ignore it. Later, we will read it using HCV or NCRT. We'll
Okay.
do a class on that. So right now, this will not be possible. If they have not yet understood it, then now is not the time. You can do it after the test. Okay.
Okay.
So because bar magnet is basically north south poles are there, right? So north pole, south pole, and all you will assign. You will think of this as a tiny magnetic charge, which is a hypothetical concept. It is not a real thing. Uh, and basically, this is tiny negative magnetic charge and tiny positive magnetic charge. This
Yeah.
is totally imaginary concept. Uh, magnetic charge. What is happening basically is that this bar magnet is like a little tiny current loop. Okay, the bar magnet has some magnetic moment. Some magnetic moment it has. So ultimately it is going to be a tiny current loop with magnetic moment IA. Now the problem is that it is harder to do the calculation using current loops. Okay, if someone asks you what is the magnetic field due to a magnet, right, it will be
Yeah.
harder to do calculations using this logic. This logic would not be helpful so much. There is another way to define magnetic moment using this negative and positive charges, which is not real, but it is useful in calculations because it is very similar to Coulomb's law.
Mm.
Just like there was electric stuff, similarly you have defined a fake stuff which is similar to Coulomb's law, and you will do similar to Coulomb's law calculations for finding magnetic field. But
Okay.
that thing is discussed in chapter 36 and all.
Mm.
Right now we have not yet done it, so we cannot explain it immediately. We will do it later.
Okay. In beginner's box 6, question 2 and 3.
Okay, 1 second. Question 2 and 3. Yeah. So, 1 second. Question 2 is a wire Ln, this one, no?
Yeah.
A wire Ln is as shown in figure. Where is my Ln? Okay, huh. Okay. So, like this, and then it is bent like this, and then it is sent here like this. And this is L, and this is N. As shown as figure is placed in a perpendicular magnetic field of 5 Tesla, and current 10 ampere is flowing through it. Okay, 10 ampere current is coming like this. Find the magnetic force experienced by the wire, right? Total magnetic force experienced by the wire.
Yeah.
Okay, so so then you just have to split the wire into 3 portions. This is portion 1, portion 2, portion 3. Find the force on this portion plus this portion plus this portion and do the vector sum. Okay, so if you think about it, this magnetic field, its vector direction is equal to 5 into k cap, right? Because it is coming out of the plane.
Yeah.
Whatever comes out of the plane, like this, you have you. This is k, this is I, this is j, right?
Yeah.
So 5 k cap is this. Now force on this section. Your current is in the positive j direction. So I dl cross b is the df, right?
Mm.
Right? But dl is in the plus j direction. So it is going to be, the direction is going to be j cross k, right? Which is equal
Yeah.
to I cap, right? So force will be in this direction on this section, right?
Yeah.
So force is in this direction, and total force would be integral of this, which will be ILB. Magnitude will be ILB. So it will be, lengths and all are given, no?
Yeah.
How much is the length?
4 centimeter.
4 centimeter in each section.
The middle part is 6 centimeter.
Okay. So this is 4 centimeter. So I into 4 by 100 into B is 5 and I is 10. 10 into 4 into 5 by 100. Right? So this becomes 15 to 2. 2 Newton in this direction. This is the force on this. Now, so basically I should write it vector force. 2 I cap is the force, first one, right? Then on this section, it is going to be ILB, but what is the direction? L is in the I cap and cross K cap, right? L cross B will be this, no? I cross K, right? So direction will be minus J, right?
Yeah.
Now this is 6 centimeter. So your magnitude will be 10 into I into L, 6 by 100 into B, which is 5. So this is 3 Newton minus J. So minus 3J, right? And this portion is again 4 centimeter and everything is same. So it will be, everything is literally the same. So it will be plus 2I, right?
Yeah.
Because direction is also same and length is also same. So it will be 4i minus 3j is the total force, and magnitude of the total force will be equal to 5 Newton.
Yeah.
The direction of the total force is not a straight, not in one particular direction. It has two components.
Hmm.
So now you can see the options. See, 5 Newton is an option.
Yeah.
So basically, whenever you are doing forces, you have to apply this equation properly. I dl cross b. Notice that in every question of this chapter, all the time you have to take care of directions, take care of cross products. You understand?
Yeah.
In your Biot-Savart law also, all the time I was using the definition, and I always do it by the u naught I by 4 pi dl
Yeah.
cross r by r cube. And this
Yeah.
also always I do it like this, because that is the only short way of not making a mistake. Don't use formulas like ILB or stuff and without thinking of the vector sign and all.
Yeah.
Also, don't write it as ILB all the time, because ILB assumes that field is same everywhere.
Yeah.
Assumes B is same everywhere. Sometimes it will not be like that, and you will forget that, and then that will be a mistake, right?
Yeah.
So write it like this, and then you will realize it in many questions it is same. So then you don't have to worry about it. But this is the force on a tiny section, right?
Hmm.
And you are integrating and finding the total force on the whole section, right?
Yeah.
Also, people many times make a mistake because they remember formulas in a different way. Sometimes they remember BIL or something, right?
Hmm.
Then it is clearly wrong, because ILB at least preserves the fact that it is L cross B, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
B cross L is not the same thing. It is opposite directions you will get, right?
Yeah.
So be very careful. All the definitions that are there in HCV, the basic formulas, those formulas you need to know, and every question will be solved by using them. Like, look at one way to quickly see that is look at all the numbered equations. All the numbered equations in chapter 34 and 35.
Okay.
Okay. So whichever one he has read, 34.1 or 34.2 and so on, right?
Hmm.
Just make notes of those numbered equations. Those are the things that are important, and those can be used to solve any question that comes.
Yeah.
So you don't need to do anything else. You need to understand why this is happening, why that is happening, and just apply those. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Question number 3, right?
Yeah.
3 is just looking complicated, but
It's the same thing. Yeah.
yeah, it will be, again, take small parts. Wait 1 second, let me read. A wire A, B, C, D, E, F, each with side L, is bent as shown in the figure. If it is placed in uniform magnetic field which is parallel to the y direction, magnetic force. Okay. So see, notice that he is writing the magnetic forces as BIL and all, no?
Yeah.
That is very wrong. Like that he should never write. You understand? Because many students will now get confused and they will keep remembering BIL.
Hmm.
BIL will give the wrong direction,
Yeah.
because it is not B cross L, it is L cross B.
Yeah.
So you make sure that you are remembering that. Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's draw the figure roughly. Maybe we'll be able to get it by some shortcuts. Let's think. So y is like this. He has defined his z as up like this here, and then his x will be like this, right?
Yeah.
And his loop is somewhat like this and like this. Okay. This is his loop, and every section is of length L. A, B, C, D, E, F, right?
Hmm.
And each section is carrying current. Current is in one direction like this, I everywhere like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Magnetic force experienced by the wire. Field is in the parallel to the y direction, plus y. So field is in the plus y direction. So plus y, this direction. Okay.
Hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
So two sections are immediately cancelled. No
Yeah.
force on EF and no force on AB,
Yeah.
because DL cross B will be 0.
Yeah.
Because this is in minus y, and for B is in plus y, right?
Yeah.
And this is also wrong, right? 0 degree and 180 degree, right?
Yeah.
Now you have to care about this 2 and this one, right? That's it, right?
Yeah.
So let's do CD first. Current is in the x direction, right? So
Yeah.
x direction can be called as plus I cap. So plus I cap, I, so DL is in the plus I cap direction, and magnetic field is in the plus Y direction. That can be called as plus J. So plus J. DL cross B is plus K, right? Plus K.
Yeah.
So this force will be in plus Z direction force, right?
Hmm.
I'm doing it by vectors. You can also do it by right hand thumb rule, but it is sometimes difficult to orient your hand nicely. So think of this as your fingers coming like this first. That is your DL, but then your fingers have to curl like this, right? And
Yeah.
notice that your thumb will be pointed up.
Yeah.
You understand? If you
Yeah.
can curl it and all and figure it out, then it is good. Otherwise, do vectors if you're
Yeah.
confused, right?
Yeah.
So plus K is the force, and the magnitude of the force will be I into L into B in the plus K direction. Now, this and this. So these are the DLs are opposite, but the B's are same, no?
Hmm.
DLs are opposite and B's are same. So direction should be opposite, right?
Yeah.
So they should cancel, right?
Cancel. Yeah.
So this is the answer.
Yeah.
Plus K, matlab, it will be Z direction. You should
Yeah.
BIL in the Z direction. Plus
Yeah.
Z.
Yeah.
So be careful, divide that problem into subparts, see each part, and it is fairly straightforward if you understand how to do it, right?
Yeah.
Again, here the same question, it is I DL cross B you have to do.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
In the previous question, in the
Hmm.
second one,
Hmm.
can you just quickly explain again how you got the direction of the field?
Direction of field, force.
Force, yeah.
Are you understanding? I hope you're not trying to memorize all this.
No, no, I get it.
You're getting it, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
The this was in the dot, it was a dot, right? So whenever it is a dot, it is coming out of the plane. So magnetic field is in the plus K direction, right?
Yeah.
My usual way to define it is I like this, J like this, K like this, right?
Yeah.
This is the normal way to define it. Sometimes, like in the third question, they had changed everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to be careful. But in this question, it is coming out. So magnetic field is in this direction, plus K. Now your current is in which direction? It is going straight up, no?
J. Yeah.
So it is plus J. So you have to do I. Current is in the direction of the DL, DL cross B. So DL is in plus J, no?
Hmm.
Basically, length vector has the same direction as the current, right?
Yeah.
Always length vector's direction
It's
is
correct.
always the same direction of the current.
Yeah.
Okay, so current is going up, so length vector is going up. So it is plus J cross plus K, right?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
So that is going to be I
Yeah.
plus I. So plus I means this side.
Yeah. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, and this section, it will be plus I is my current direction.
Yeah.
Cross, you have to do plus K, right?
K. Yeah.
That will become minus J, right?
Yeah.
So that will be minus 3,
Backward. Yeah.
minus 3J 2I, and this is exactly same as this,
Yeah.
right? DL is again same, so it will be plus 2I.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. What else? Tell me if there is anything.
That's it.
Okay. So the chapter 34 and 35 are done. What we need to do is a little bit of the permanent magnets and terrestrial magnetism. Permanent magnets plus terrestrial Earth's magnetism. So those things we will cover after your test.
Okay.
we'll do it. Not everything I think is in syllabus. You have to pick and choose what is in syllabus, and also you'll have to look at NCERT and see what is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and accordingly we'll study. So
Okay.
we'll do the next class after your test is done.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
you message me. We'll fix up a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.